Okay, video comparison of the Apple iPhone 12 mini versus the Google Pixel 4a. Let's jump into it. All right, so let's talk price first. The iPhone 12 mini is going to run you between $700 and $730, depending on your phone carrier or whether you're going for the unlocked version. The Google Pixel 4a, on the other hand, is going to run you roughly half the price of the iPhone 12 mini, so around $350. But that's not the end of the story though. Let's go ahead and talk design. The 12 mini is a very, very small phone. And with that already very small form factor, it's really light. It has that same design as the iPhone 12, except it's shrunk down, of course. It feels like it has some level of premium blend to it, with sharp edges around the bezel here, which makes it easy to grab or hold. It also has that same modern Apple camera module on the back there with that same notch on the front. The Pixel 4a, on the other hand, is in general a small phone also. So you still have that small form factor, except the Pixel 4a is definitely larger than the iPhone 12 mini. It also feels a lot more comfortable, for me personally, because I have large hands, so a lot more comfortable to the hold or to the grip for me. It's a budget phone, but it leans more towards mid-range, given its build, the specs, and also the feel of the phone. The version that I have here is the Barely Blue Special Edition. It has a very soft touch to it with this matte plastic feel on the back here. Then you have that signature Google camera at the top and also a physical fingerprint sensor in the middle right there. Now let's go ahead and talk specs and performance. And before we do so, if this is your first time to the channel here, welcome of course. If you do like the content so far, please do me a huge favor and hit both the like and also the subscribe button there. That's a huge boost to the channel. Truly appreciate your support here. All right, so specs and performance. The 12 mini has a 5.4 inches OLED display with 2340 by 1080 for the resolution. So it's a pretty high pixel density phone with colors that pop very well and images are really sharp. Nice dynamic range and overall nice user experience for videos and games. And of course the screen is just really small. It's running the current best Apple chipset, of course, in the A14 Bionic chip. It's crazy fast. Performance here is just so awesome. It's also coupled with 4 gigs of RAM, so you are able to toggle, back and forth in between different apps, kind of do different things at the same time. It's really, really good. It performs very, very well. I've encountered 0 lags or 0 crashes, and iOS is really smooth here. This base model has 64 gigs of non-expandable internal storage. The Pixel 4a has an OLED display also, standing at 5.8 inches with 1080 by 2340 also. For the res, images do look great as well here. Very deep blacks and reds. Images are very sharp, whether you're watching movies or just playing games, great color contrast. Very nice viewing angles also, so it's a very nice experience offered by the screen. It's running the Snapdragon 730G, which is more of a mid-range chipset, along with 6 gigs of RAM, and those specs actually do translate very well into real-life usage. Performance has been excellent. Things load up very quickly. Multitasking here is great. You can toggle in between things. No lags, no crashes, no stutter, like I like to say. So it's a very nice experience, navigating the internet, navigating apps and everything you may have on this phone. It has an internal storage that is also non-expandable, except this one is 128 gigabytes. It's loaded with pretty much stock Android, which is very clean and light, very straightforward, and very, very smooth. The iPhone 12 mini packs a 2,227 milliamp hour battery, and what that translates into with my type of usage is about 5 to 5.5 hours of screen on time, right? But of course, depending on what you do with your phone. So for very light use, you'll be fine for the whole day. The Pixel 4a, on the other hand, has a 3,140 milliamp hour battery, which is larger than that found in the iPhone 12 mini. It does last a lot longer. I'm looking at over 7 hours of screen on time and definitely lasts the whole day. The thing is, standby mode on this phone is just crazy. If you don't use the phone, it just doesn't die, literally. The camera on the 12 mini is just fantastic. It's the same camera module you have on the regular iPhone 12 with that telephoto and the ultra wide angle sensors. Fantastic picture and video quality. All 3 sensors are 12 megapixels and can do 4K at 24, 30, and 60 frames per second, or 1080p at 30, 60, 120, and 240 frames per second. The Pixel 4a has a 12 megapixel camera, actually a very good good 12 megapixel camera. It actually takes better picture than most phones out there, right? It's one of the best things about this one is that it's literally point and shoot. You don't really need to do much. You just point, shoot, and then the software is going to do the rest, right? But still, the iPhone 12 mini, well, the camera on the iPhone 12 mini is still a better camera, at least the way I see it. A couple of additional features that you would find on one of these phones but not the other. On the 12 mini, for example, you have things like 5G capability, the wireless charging support, and also water resistance or IP certification. You won't find that on the Pixel 4a. On the other hand, the Pixel 4a has the headphone jack, a physical fingerprint reader, and a USB Type-C port, and these are not available on the iPhone 12 mini. There are quite a few things to cover about either one of these phones, right? So doing kind of a versus video like this, we could actually make this a lot longer, except I figure I'd just go ahead and gloss over some of the things that I feel are very fundamental for you to consider if you are in the market with, for either one of these phones. So the biggest thing driving your choice between these two is going to be the price first, right? And I can tell you that even though I don't necessarily agree with the iPhone 12 mini's price, that is a fantastic phone. If you want an iPhone that has 5G along with everything else offered by the iOS platform, then the 12 mini would be the one to pick up. The Pixel 4a, on the other hand, in my humble opinion, is hands down the perfect budget phone. $350. This phone is able to keep up with so many flagship phones out there. That's very telling. It's a fantastic phone. To me, that's actually the phone of the year. But anyways, that's just my take. I hope you found this informative. Of course, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Gonna catch you in the comment section like I always do. I'm also gonna catch you in the next video, and up until then, stay safe out there.